What a turnout. Thank you so much for coming. I know you've all kind of had to pull a rabbit out of the hat to make it here last minute.
That was Gerard Butler Saturday night. You heard him telling people thank you for kind of pulling a rabbit out of the hat to make it last minute. What he's hosting there is an event to benefit the victims of all of the wildfires that have been ravaging California. Hundreds of people were on hand, including many A-list stars. So many of them have been affected by these wildfires. Joining me now with details on that fundraiser is Steve Wilkes from our ET News Desk. So, Steve, what do we know? Because, like we said, Gerard was telling everybody, look, thanks for making it here. The wildfires, I know we were getting reports in over the weekend that a lot of different areas were finally opening up again. What do we know about what areas are available to everybody? Can people go back into Malibu fully at this point?
Well, from some of the reports that I was looking at this morning, I did see that right now the fire is about 95% contained. So it's definitely, we've come a long ways since just last weekend. For the most part, a lot of the evacuation orders have been lifted. Some portions of Malibu are still under the evacuation orders, but they're slowly starting to repopulate the city now.
And Steve, you have been all over this coverage. I know we sent you and Kevin Frazier into Malibu, you guys with your masks on, literally stepping through the wreckage of these homes that had burned down, and homes of stars like Robin Thicke, Miley Cyrus, and Liam Hemsworth, and then Gerard Butler, who we're seeing in this video. So tell me what we know about the fundraiser. Did Gerard kind of put it together himself for Sunday?
Well, as you heard him say in the video, he said, thanks for coming so last minute. What we learned is this was thrown together in 3 days. It was actually held at his girlfriend's house, Morgan Brown. And over 200 people attended this fundraiser. Stars like Robin Thicke, who, as you had said, lost his home in the fire.
Cindy Crawford. We're seeing him performing right now as well.
Yeah, Cindy Crawford, Randy Gerber were also there. Jamie Foxx. So this was definitely a big A-list event to try to raise money for the victims that were affected by the fire. And the proceeds that were raised were going to be, donated to the victims by way of the Malibu Foundation, United Way, and the Boys and Girls Club of America.
You mentioned Cindy Crawford and Randy Gerber. They are longtime residents of Malibu. Another resident of Malibu, Lady Gaga, I know that she paid a visit to some firefighters over the weekend. She's been visiting with people and spending time nonstop. But what was the latest on what she did this weekend?
Yeah, over the weekend, she visited first responders, delivering food. And, one thing about Gaga through this entire thing is that she's been very, very supportive of the first responders that have been, fighting these fires. She's been visiting Red Cross shelters. So she's just been very outspoken, showing her support and giving her thanks for the people that have been, on the front lines for this. Obviously her house was spared, but so many in her community have been affected by the fires that she just wanted to show her support. And visited the first responders over the weekend just to deliver some food and give her a little thanks.
Yeah, we just briefly saw that picture. She carried a big box of pizzas. She brought the food. And I know she talked about on Instagram, too, about spending time and just talking to people about what they've been through. Because one thing all these celebrities have said is Malibu is such a small community. I think only over like 10,000 people live there. And you see it in the amount of people who have lost their homes that are A-listers. Again, Robin Thicke, Gerard Butler, Miley Cyrus, and Liam Hemsworth. When you look at the ratio, that's because it's such a small community and they're all really coming together.
It is.
So really, really good to see everybody staying Malibu strong, as many of them have hashtagged.
And it was, interesting when I was with Robin Thicke last weekend, too. He was very, very adamant about wanting to do something for his community. And, in the car, he was talking to me. It's like, hey, if something does pop up, I definitely want to be a part of it. And I'm glad to see that they were able to get something together. Gerard Butler was able to whip something up in 3 days to just kind of rally the support for the community.
Awesome. Steve, thank you so much.
You got it, Lauren. Thank you.